Staten Island, stand up. I don't care if you're in the doctor's office, waiting room watching this. I don't care if you're doom scrolling on TikTok. I need you to stretch your legs because I gotta keep it blunt with you. And that's pun intended because I'm about to walk you through one of my favorite EPs I've heard in a while, and that's the Bluntz Effect by Mr. Seemore Bluntz. And there's a lot of wordplay, a lot of metaphors, a lot of similes, a lot of personification, all these methods of smithing the words that Mr. Seemore uses, and even his name is a play on words because Seemore, it's originally spelled Seymor. It's an old timey name, but he spells it as in Seemore Bluntz, and you know the Bluntz spelled with a Z at the end as opposed to as a little stylistic choice. The Bluntz Effect is spelled in the same way with a Z at the end of Bluntz. But that's neither here nor there because I believe that all of you could appreciate this project whether you love to smoke the ganja, the grass, the pot, the weed, whatever, or you don't smoke it. Because honestly, I didn't have to be under the influence of any substances to really appreciate this project. I kind of read in between the lines with what Mr. Blunt's got going on. And this whole project has 5 tracks in total, no skits in between, and it's just a 15-minute long EP. So once you listen to it once, it's just easy to go back and run through the whole thing from top to bottom if you want to without feeling fatigued as you're listening to this project. And I just want to say before I begin this is that I first heard about Mr. Seemore Bluntz through Agent Blur, and Agent Blur really gave him his flowers. He was like, yo, this man's been doing it longer than me, and he just couldn't believe I didn't hear about this guy previously. And then I did revisit Mr. Bluntz when I heard him on the Full Metal Veterans Decorated project that's with in collaboration with Agent Blur, Intel, and Eclectic. And when I heard Mr. Blunt's delivery on that project, the storytelling, the energy, I just knew that I just have to keep visiting any projects he puts out and just listen to his music to really appreciate it. And so without further ado, let's go into the first track, which is the title track of the whole entire project, and that's the Bluntz Effect. He opens straight from the gate with a line that goes, like it's 89, you about to do the running man, how to kill him the whole summer, the son of Sam. And you know, you guys know about the running man, so we're not going to explain that, but if you guys don't know what the son of Sam is, it's not a cult, it's actually a serial killer that killed a lot of people with a pistol in New York City back in like the 80s, the 90s. So it's pretty self-explanatory. The guy's killing it, you know. When you're working on projects like Full Metal Veterans, it's pretty self-explanatory. Then you go and perform a play at Hub 17, like come on, dog. And then he comes in after his first verse, and throughout the song comes with this hook that kind of goes huff puff, blow it out your ass with it. And it's just a reference to blowing smoke up somebody's ass, pretty much making a fool of them. And that's what he does throughout this whole song. Like, he flexes on you without really flexing it. At one point, my favorite bar on this song was, my count is zeros, first and last digit. Like, there's no commas, there's no nines, there's no ones. It's just zero, zero. Like, zero on the decimal place, zero before the decimal place. Like, we got no money in our account. And then at one point in the song, he has this nice little transition with like a subtle flute that comes in, and he just changes flow just enough, and that just keeps you engaged in the song. So you don't feel like you're constantly listening to the same flow as you're being bombarded with bars coming at you. You know, no matter how lyrical you are, if you just bombard the listener without making it interesting, it's not gonna make the song interesting. And I think that's what makes this song great. And it's just the delivery, the flows, and then he comes with this little melody that goes, they say 2 blunts keeps the depression away. Like, I don't know how he sings it. I can't emulate that rhythm, but it just gives me like Method Man energy, bro. And you know, Method Man, name Method Man pretty much means weed man, because method was like old slang for weed. So like, this song is just amazing. This song is great, bro. And then let's move on to track 2, and that's We Fabulous. And he has a lot of like just interesting melodies that he just sings in between. Like, he doesn't really sing, but you know, in a rapper way. And I need a couple lines that catch my ears, like I gotta find a new cigar shop, scared of what they'll find in my autops. All goes back to like the paranoia of, especially back in the day, of like the stigma behind smoking weed, the legality of it, and kind of the judgment you get for smoking weed, especially considering that it was illegal for the longest time. And really, that's really what's interesting about this song. And then he comes in with other bars like "Fire in the hole, I can never divorce pot." And if you guys can't really tell at this point, it's like this whole project is devotion to weed, and he personifies it by treating it as a person. Like, he can't divorce pot, like as if it was his love, and it pretty much is. And that's really what it is. And it's like, things are the same these days. How the blaze done says, as long as it tells me my brain we fabulous. Like that. It's song comes in with another like dope hook that I really love. And then that second verse, particularly on the song, was really great because it was just a brief verse about getting arrested for possessing pot on him. And then another line after that, he kind of talks about transitioning to getting out of jail, getting out of that arrest, and trying to get a job by borrowing piss from other people. So it's just all very creative storytelling ways that I bet you a lot of people could relate to that do smoke pot. And so let's move on to track 3 without further ado, and that's Something About Mary. And it's the only song with a feature, and it features Eclectic. Eclectic doesn't even have a verse on this song. And if he did have a verse, I wouldn't be mad, but I'm kind of glad he didn't, because he just let Seemore shine with his wordsmithing, and Eclectic just, the purpose of him being on the song is just to deliver this fucking phenomenal hook that kind of just ends with I never felt so good. Like, he just comes in with this, like the way he just holds that note, like, I never felt so good. It's like, yo, he performed so well in the song. I just love that hook. And it's just so infectious. It just catches your ear. And I'm just gonna play the hook for you guys, because I need you guys to hear this for real. You know, it might not come good through this mic, but just hear it, bro. Never felt so good. Yeah, see, and then he goes into a verse like that. Hook is fire, man. I don't know what to tell you. I just had to play it for y'all. You know, I don't care how long this video goes on for, but that's really what I love about it. And then pretty much throughout this song, Seemore personifies pot again. Like bars like, the way you let my hand, like there's bars like, life is not the same without you. Like all these classical things about how he felt before he started smoking weed and after smoking weed. But my favorite bar by far, that just shows a textbook example of personification, as you were taught in your English class back in like high school, middle school, if you were fucking paying attention, is the way you let my hands wrap you up, lick you up and down, spread you around, put my face in it. Like, first of all, that's personification, because he personifies, he makes weed look like it's a person. And it's also sexual innuendo, because it has a lot of sexual undertones to it, like lick you up, put my face in it, how you let my hands wrap you up, so touching weed. And it's all, and it's a double entendre, because he's also referring to the act of not sexualizing weed, but also like making a blunt, like licking it up, all that. Pause. But it was just really a great fucking bar. Like, I can't, like, I just had to write this all down, because I can't keep this all up in my cranium. And then, and it's just the best way he just ends the verse is like, waiting all day to grind you. Like, bruh, waiting all day to grind you. Like, I'm grinding on you. Like if you don't know, you don't know, man. Like, it's just another fucking great song. And this is only the third song of the track, so we're like halfway. Oh no, I mean the third song of the project. So we're like only we're like in the midpoint of the project. So let's move on to track 4, and that's Stay Hungry. I mean, duh, like, let's look at the title of the song. It's about the munchies, like getting hungry after consuming pot. Um, and just like one of the first bars that really stood out to me, this project, in this, maybe I'm reaching on this, but like the first lines that really stood out to me was, in America where I'm told being woke isn't right. Like initially I heard, I was like, oh, that's a powerful social message about how being woke is kind of attacked on or frowned upon. Like, oh, you're not really woke, or you're woke. Like, you're woke, yeah, right, you're woke. You're not, but you don't see what's going on, type of thing. But like when I thought about it some more, and I was sober when I thought about it, just like I was sober when I listened to the whole project. It's like woke could be referred as like being woke from being high, and then isn't right could be like being referred to being politically right, but like being conservative. And a lot of conservatives attacked wokeism. I don't know if I'm reaching, but Mr. Seemore Bluntz could comment on that and let us know. And there's other social commentaries throughout, like smoke, like he refers to somebody smoking weed to prevent them from being on their wife, so possibly solving other social issues such as domestic violence. And there's that hook of gotta eat 'cause I stay hungry, smoke my weed and chase money. Like that's the one hook that I could actually like recite the way it's sung. It's like gotta eat 'cause I stay hungry, smoke my weed and chase money. It's it's another catchy song. Like these little hooks, these little like melodies in between that he just sneaks in there with all these bars, just makes the project interesting. It's not just the old boom bap project that Mr. Seemore delivers. And last but not least, we have the final track 5, and that's Hydration. So just as the title implies, it's weed being a necessity, like just like water is to stay hydrated. And yeah, and just like it just like make him feel the hydration. Like he comes in throughout with that like energy throughout the song. Like there's no specific bars I really want to break down because I don't want to spoil too much of the project. And look at this, we're at like the 12-minute mark. I can't believe I spent so much time analyzing a 15-minute project for y'all by spending as much time explaining it as yeah, man, I spent as much time explaining the project as long as the project lasts. So during this time that I was explaining this project, y'all could have listened to it. So go out there, get on Spotify, Apple Music, all these platforms, and listen to the Bluntz Effect by Seemore Bluntz. And thank you guys for being here. It's the Shaolin Phantom, and I hope you guys have a good one.